Is Kristiansand worth getting off the ship for, or is this one of those cruise ports you can easily skip? I honestly wasn't expecting much until this turned into one of the biggest surprises of our Norway cruise. I'm Bibi, and with me it's time to set course. Today we're looking at what you can actually do in Kristiansand, what's worth your time, what you can easily explore on your own, and which experience turned out to be completely unexpected. Let's take a closer look. But first, let's enjoy the sail into Kristiansand, something that's definitely worth watching if the weather is nice. If you like to skip ahead, just jump to the next chapter.
On the deck, salt in the air, hands on the rail, we were almost there. Keep moving on, keep moving on. The dawn is open, the tide is strong. Hold that line, hold that line. The shore is calling, right ahead of us. Rise, 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 over the waves. Rise, 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 into the day. New land ahead, calling our name. Rise, 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 we are away. Now the engines roll and the mast leans proud. Every wave behind us sounds like a vow. Faces turn forward, eyes on the coast. One more horizon, then we become more.
Before we look at the best things to do in Kristiansand, let's start with the practical stuff you should know for your cruise stop. Kristiansand is located in southern Norway and honestly one of the easiest Norway cruise ports to explore on your own. The ship docks close to the city center, so there's no complicated planning needed. Within just a few minutes you can walk straight into town. With around 110,000 residents, Kristiansand is southern Norway's biggest city, but it still feels relaxed rather than busy. For cruise passengers, that mostly means one thing: short walking distances and an easy port day. English is spoken almost everywhere, so getting around is very simple. Norway uses the Norwegian krone, but you hardly need cash. Card payments are the standard here, even for small purchases. If you're traveling from outside Europe, check your roaming plan beforehand or consider using an eSIM. Visitors from EU can usually use roaming as normal. Weather-wise, expectations matter. Kristiansand is known as one of Norway's sunniest cities, but Norway still likes to surprise you. When we visited in spring, temperatures were around 9 degrees, the landscape still looked a little bit bare and the sky stayed grey most of the day. Luckily, no rain, and apparently locals were already happy about that. My advice: layers. Especially if you're planning a boat trip, it feels much colder near the water than you expect. So why do cruise ships stop in Kristiansand? Simple, it's a mix of relaxed city vibes, coastal scenery and family-friendly activities. This isn't a huge sightseeing destination, it's more the kind of place where you decide how active or relaxed you want your day to be. And that's actually what makes Kristiansand surprisingly enjoyable. So, where exactly does your cruise ship dock? Most ships arrive at Pier 10, very close to the center. You step off the ship and within about 5 minutes you are at the Fiskebrygge. 10 more minutes and you're in the center. No shuttle bus needed. Right at the port you also find a tourist information stand with free city maps, helpful if you want to explore Kristiansand on your own. There are also activities starting directly from the harbor. You'll find city sightseeing trains and local excursion options. One thing I noticed straight away: Kristiansand feels calm. Not overcrowded, not stressful, just easy. The paths are flat and simple to walk, making this a very comfortable cruise stop, especially for families or anyone who prefers an easygoing day. And here's a random little tip: look down once in a while. Kristiansand actually has beautifully designed manhole covers hidden around the city. Small detail, but oddly charming. If you prefer an easy cruise day, Kristiansand is honestly perfect for that. As soon as you leave the ship, you naturally walk through Fiskebrygge, the small marina area near the harbor. And this is where Kristiansand immediately feels very Norwegian. Boats in the water, coffees, restaurants and a relaxed atmosphere. Especially on a sunny day, it feels like the perfect place to slow down for a moment before heading into town. From here, it's just a short walk to the city center. Many visitors head toward Kristiansand Cathedral, one of the city landmarks. You don't need much time here, but it's a nice quick stop while exploring. The real highlight for many people is Bibi. This historic neighborhood is filled with charming white wooden houses and quiet streets. If you're looking for classic Norwegian charm, this is probably the closest you'll get in Kristiansand. And if the weather turns bad, there's actually a great indoor option near the harbor, Kunstsilo, a modern art museum that has won international awards and is easy to visit since it's located right near the cruise port. If you enjoy nature and want to be a little bit more active, Kristiansand is often underrated, because many cruise passengers simply stay in town while some really nice outdoor spots are actually very close to the port. One of the best options is Odderøya Island, and despite the name, it feels more like a coastal peninsula right next to the cruise port. You find scenic walking trails, rocky viewpoints and beautiful coastal scenery without needing a tour or transport. The best part, you can simply start walking straight from the ship. Depending on how much time and energy you have, you can turn it into a short walk or a longer hike. It's not overly difficult either. Just wear comfortable shoes, especially if it has rained. In general, Kristiansand works really well if you enjoy nature without committing to a full day excursion. Now, if you're looking for something more exciting, this turned out to be my personal highlight in Kristiansand, and honestly completely unexpected. We had originally planned to walk into town, but right at the harbor we spotted these fast-ripped boats. And since this had been on my personal bucket list for ages, we decided let's just do it. And I would absolutely do it again. The tour takes about 1 hour and costs roughly €87 per person. A cheap welcome to Norway. But for me, completely worth it. You get warm protective gear, climb into the boat and then head straight out along the coastline. Past rocky islands, dramatic coastal scenery and tiny hidden bays. And this is where Kristiansand suddenly felt much more spectacular than I expected. During our trip, a layer of fog slowly moved in over the sea. At first it looked like bad timing, but honestly, it made everything feel even more dramatic. And then came the wildlife. We spotted deer along the shoreline and even a seal in the water. To finish things off, there was one final high-speed ride past our cruise ship. Definitely one of those experiences you remember afterwards. My son immediately asked, "Can we do this again tomorrow?" So if you're looking for one memorable shore excursion in Kristiansand, this would honestly be my top recommendation. Just bring warm clothes. Even if the city feels mild, it gets cold fast out on the water. If you're cruising with kids, Kristiansand might actually be one of the best cruise ports in Norway, because this place is surprisingly family friendly. The biggest attraction is definitely Dyreparken, Norway's largest zoo and family park. It's especially famous for Julius, a chimpanzee that became something of a national celebrity in Norway. Our guide told us his story during one of our excursions, and honestly I thought, okay, now I actually want to visit. Julius was rejected by his group after birth and raised by humans. Apparently he even eats with a knife and a fork and loves hot chocolate. Definitely one of those weird but memorable travel stories. And Dyreparken isn't the only option. There are several animal parks and nature-based family activities around Kristiansand. Our own family excursion actually took us to an alpaca farm. And I'll be honest, I really didn't want to go. It wasn't something I would have booked myself. I had booked a good luck excursion from the ship excursions. But in the end, it completely surprised me. The coastal drive there was beautiful, and once we arrived, my skepticism disappeared very quickly, especially when we saw the baby alpacas. My son absolutely loved feeding them and even got to walk with one later. So if you're traveling as a family, Kristiansand honestly feels like a bit of a hidden gem. Short distances, lots of flexibility and plenty of things kids will genuinely enjoy.
This one is Arthur.
Arthur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
Arthur.
the white one is Walkabout, like the Australians do. Yeah.
Let's quickly talk about cost, because Norway definitely isn't cheap. A small snack or coffee can easily cost between 10 and 25 euros. The little sightseeing train costs around 15 euros per person. Excursions usually range between 70 and 150 euros depending on what you book. And the rip boat tour was around 87 euros. Expensive? Yes. Worth it? For me, absolutely. One planning tip: always dress warmer than you think you need. Norwegian coastal weather loves surprises. So, is Kristiansand worth visiting on a cruise? I'd say yes, but maybe not for the reasons you expect. If you're looking for dramatic fjords or a huge bucket list destination, there are probably more spectacular ports in Norway. But if you enjoy short walking distances, flexible plans and a relaxed atmosphere, Kristiansand is honestly a really enjoyable stop, especially for families. For me, the biggest surprise was how many unplanned moments become highlights. An excursion I almost didn't want to do, and a spontaneous boat ride that turned out to be one of my favorite experiences of the trip. If you like to plan your cruise stop in more detail, I've added useful links and extra information below in the description. For now, it's time to cast off, and I'll see you in the next one.
Your hand in mine, salt on the sail, the harbor breeze, a slow good night. We leave the shore before the night. The tide leans in, the oars go still. I hear the hush before the fill. Your voice says low, we're almost free. The dark makes room for what will be. Into the open blue. I'll follow you. The day fades out, the waves rise tall. We'll answer it all. Lanterns dim along the dock, a final knock, a final look. The moon comes up on fractured white and paints our wake in silver light. The wind turns sharp, the canvas wakes. 100 stars begin to break. Your hand still knows the way to steer, and every mile feels clear, feels near.